Hi, this is Jade Scorner October Library here for book review. Today's book I'll be reviewing today, Battle Royale by Koushun Takami. And this was first published by Aura in April of 1999, translated and published into English on February 26, 2003 by Viz Media. This was one hell of a book. I'm glad to be finally done with it. It was an amazing book, very thick. It took me quite a while to get through, but overall I really enjoyed this book. And one of the one of the best death sport books I have ever read. And Overall I just had a blast reading this book. It was so much fun. I really like the idea, the concept of it, and the whole world of this book. And a lot of interesting characters, both characters I cared for, characters I felt sorry for, and characters I despised within this book. But this was a lot of fun, and so during my review, I will explain what I like with this book, what I didn't like with it, and some other things as well. Alright, on to the review. Plot. Set in an alternate event where Japan won World War II and became a fascist state with combined police and military force. Known as the Republic of Greater East Asia, a unknown, powerful dictator controls everything within the country, including banning rock music unless it supports its government. To ensure Japanese citizens do not rebel against their powerful leader, they have established a military program, Battle Experiment Number 68 Program. They pick 50 students from different classes at random and send them to an island that's heavily guarded with armed troops and place collars around their necks that will detonate if they try to escape, or if they fail to kill anyone within 24 hours, or if they try to remove it. The students are forced to fight each other to the death until one student of each class is remaining. The government does this not only to keep a tight control and fear into its citizens, but to study better survival tactics. In 1997, a group of students from Shiroya Junior High School are on a field trip. Shuya, a wannabe rock star who strongly dislikes his government, was orphaned after his parents were killed during a rebellion against its cruel dictator. His best friend, Yoshitoki, and Noriko, a girl Shuya has a crush on. During the bus ride, gas is pumped in, knocking out all the students while the driver wears a gas mask. During that night, all of the students' parents are visited by government agents in black sedans. They show them a signed document stating what's going to happen to their children. While most accept what's happening without saying a word, a few lash out in anger, which results in a beating from a baton or murdering them. Shuya and other students wake up in a classroom but quickly recognize it isn't their high school. A man appears wearing a gray suit, red tie, and long hair. Kim Pak-soo as their new instructor, followed by 3 soldiers. Kim Pak-soo explains the class has been chosen for this year's battle experiment and as they will have to kill each other. While students are asking Kim Pak-soo questions, with a few stating their parents work for the government, Kim Pak-soo states it doesn't matter what their parents do, they will take part in this. He then brings in a body bag revealing one of the parents killed by the agents, shocking everyone with some of the students freaking out. A soldier grabs the body, pulls out his pistol, and blows the head off to silence everyone. When Yoshitoki asks about their orphan guardian, Kim Pak-soo reveals he forced himself onto the orphan guardian. Yoshitoki tries to charge him but is shot by the soldiers and bleeds to death. Another student tries to escape but Kim Pak-soo stabs her in the head with a knife. Shuya is furious at the actions of their sadistic instructor, swearing revenge, but fears if he is killed, who will protect Noriko. He vows to keep her safe while staying alive. After explaining the rules of the event, each student will be given a backpack with food, water, a map, a compass, and 1 weapon. The event will be broadcasted with ships patrolling the island with soldiers that will shoot at anyone who tries to escape. Every 2 minutes, a student is called out, given their backpack, and leaves the classroom and onto the island till the Battle Royale begins. As Shuya leaves the school, he is nearly killed after finding one of the girl students dead from a crossbow. Removing the bolt, he throws it at one of the students, allowing him to escape into the dark island. It isn't long until he finds Noriko hiding in the bushes. She is wounded in the leg by a bolt. Shuya treats her wounds and swears he won't kill her. Noriko believes him and agrees to work together as a team. Meanwhile, other students have already begun killing each other, gone into hiding, or have committed suicide. Students are given knives, guns, blade or other type of weapons, or even a useless items like a fork. One of the meanest students, Kazuo Kiriaka, armed with an Ingrid Mac-10, kills 4 of his friends, steals their supplies, while feeling no emotion as he enjoys killing. When dawn breaks, Shuro and Yukiro find a village as they hear Kim Pastis speaking through speakers placed around the island. Kim Pastis reads a list of students who are dead, but adds zones on the island that will become off limits during different hours of the day, forcing the students closer to each other. As Shuya and Nikuro are trying to think of a way off the island, suddenly Tatsumishi appears with a hatchet and tries to kill Shuro, who nearly dies, but during the fight, both boys roll down a hill, causing Tatsumishi's body weight to force his own hatchet into his head. Then Kyochi appears holding a revolver. He tries to shoot Shura, but is saved by Shogo Kawada, armed with a Remington M31 shotgun. Kyochi fires at Kawada, but he misses, and his right arm is blown off by Kawada. Kichigo reaches for his severed arm to grab his revolver, but Kawada finishes him off. After retrieving the hatchet from Tatsumishi's head, Kawada approaches both Shura and Nikuro. They tell him they are working together rather than against each other, and will only kill if they have to. Kawada is glad to see not everyone has lost their humanity and agrees to team up with them. Shura, Nikuro, and Kawada struggle to survive as the hours pass, with more zones being forbidden, forcing the students closer to each other as everyone is either teaming up or trying to kill everyone to survive. But things become more difficult when Nikura is ill, with Shura and Kawada trying to keep her alive. Meanwhile, Kazuo is hell-bent on killing the trio to ensure his victory of winning Battle Royale, but they won't allow themselves to become easy targets while planning to outsmart King Sapot at his own game and escape the island alive. Battle Royale is the tense, gripping, edge-of-your-seat thriller of lots of action, fighting, and violence, as there's never a dull moment in the novel. Heavily detailed within this dark dystopian future of Japan and its sick, twisted battle experiment and the island. Characters were well crafted and layered, with the author giving each one a different personality, their views on life, their thoughts and feelings, along with how they feel about being forced to kill each other during this deadly game. Despite Battle Royale being a very thick novel, the author never once drags on with scenes or the pacing, as everything moves at a good speed. Never too slow, never too fast, just in the middle, how I like it. And lastly, the finale in Battle Royale really kept me on the edge of my seat. Of a very intense car chase followed by a big shootout really pleased me. However, for the film of the same name that's loosely based on Battle Royale is terrible. The film is heavily edited and given a campy satire feel, removing a lot of the dark themes from the novel. Changing many scenes around, awful acting with people being shot multiple times, or even taking an axe to the head and move for a few minutes before dying. Lots of high-pitched screaming and guns that seem to have infinite ammo just ruins a great book. Lastly, I don't believe Susan Collins stole Koushun Takami's novel, as Hunger Games is very different from Battle Royale. Even Koushun has stated himself that Susan's novel is completely different from his, and even told people to stop accusing her of plagiarism. Overall, I highly recommend Battle Royale. It is a great death sport novel with lots of action, violence, gore to keep you on the edge of your seat, and a big cast of interesting characters. Avoid the film at all costs. The novel is way better and will not disappoint you. Alright, that is it for the book review today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm very happy to be doing book reviews again. It feels like it's been ages, so now that everything's back to normal, I will be back on track with book reviews and stuff. Speaking of book reviews, originally I was going to go with, my next book was originally going to be Richard Lehman's Flesh, and then it was going to be Ronald Howell's Battlefield Earth, but there is a book series that I want to do back in the summer that I originally planned, and I ended up not getting around to doing it. Things just constantly get in the way, so that series I planned got postponed from June to July, and then again things came up, and then the series has been moved to postpone again to August. So I've decided I'm going to take a break from doing book reviews, and I'm going to do a book series. So I'm not going to tell you what the book series is. I'm going to make it a surprise. But when I am done with the first book, I will post a trailer, and right after I post the trailer, I will then post the very first book review, and I will already begin reading the second book in the series. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to try to get this series done within August if I can, and then have it done either by the end of August or early September. And then after I'm done that series, I will get back to the other books I have. The other books I've already picked out that I'm going to read. It's just that I originally wanted this to be like a summer series, and things just kept getting in the way, and I don't want to postpone it till September or October, because October I'm going to be reading like a lot of horror books and so I don't want that to interfere. And after I'm done with that series, I might do another one. Maybe I have another series I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get around it to November and October. So, and like I said, I'm only going to do one series at a time. I'm not doing two again. That was just a bit too hectic trying to do two series at once. Just too much work. So, all right. Um, yeah, as for Battle Royale, read the book. It is really good, and this new edition is excellent. This is the edition I recommend you get. The earliest printing of the book, it has a kind of a really kind of just plain boring cover. This is a much better cover that really captures what the book's about. As I said, don't bother with the film. It's terrible. I saw it after my dad told me how awful it was, and he was right. It's just an awful film, so it's not worth watching. It's just it really surprised me. Like, the book is so dark and good, and the film is like it's very campy and just like it feels like a satire, and it's just oh, it was just not a good film at all. It's kind of like my other disappointment with another Japanese film I was thinking checking out was Ichi the Killer, which the manga sounds really cool, and I like to read that. I think I'm gonna have to read that online because I can't seem to find an English edition of it. I can only find like mangas in Japanese. I'm still gonna, if I don't like I would still like to own those editions, just look at them and stuff. I have a collection, but when I watched some clips of the film of Ichi the Killer, again, it's just very campy. It's very goofy, and it's a lot of the dark tones and themes are like are taken out, and the violence is toned down a lot. Like I read the first few pages of Ichi the Killer online, and it's way more dark. The film is just very campy, so yeah, so don't bother with the film Battle Royale. It's not good, and as I said, I don't believe Susan Collins stole the idea from Battle Royale. The two books are completely different. They're very different, and they don't really feel anything similar other than the only thing that's like children having to fight each other. But the major difference with Battle Royale and Hunger Games is that in Battle Royale the government is picking 50 students at random of different classes to fight each other. That's what they're doing. In Hunger Games it was like picking um, two kids from these different districts from like all the cities combined together. It's completely different, um, and the other major difference is that in Battle Royale, the event is just being broadcasted through radio, newspaper, and news. It's not being filmed while this event is happening. In Hunger Games, the whole thing is being filmed for the Capitol to watch. And another major difference with that is that people in the Capitol are allowed to enter the Hunger Games, so they can like fight against these other people. And Battle Royale, no one's allowed to join. The government just goes through the students and they say, okay, we're going to pick this student, we're going to pick that one. We're going to pick these students and have them fight each other. That's how it works. So again, completely two different books. And Hunger Games didn't have the color thing. They basically were just like kept them in this like area that has like force fields and stuff, and they can pick different locations. And Battle Royale is just an island, so completely different. Anyway, so two books are completely different. And yeah, that's that. And another thing I definitely will be doing in the future of the channel is I definitely will be reading more Japanese fiction. I got a lot of manga, and I can definitely read and post reviews on the channel. And I got some Japanese books too. I got Ring and Dark Water. I would really like to get some more Japanese fiction. I love all kinds of fiction from different countries. So I'll definitely do some more Japanese fiction in the future for this channel. Alright, that's it for the video today. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to October Library, the YouTube channel, and the Facebook group the same name, a place to post and review fiction. Until then, I'll catch you later.